My name's Katrina Thompson. As a child growing up in Belfast in Northern Ireland, the rich maritime heritage of the area was a big part of my life. My family are from the heart of Sailor Town, and my father and his family made their living at the docks and on the sea. But I was looking to the skies instead of the seas, so I decided to become an aeronautical engineer. My journey has now brought me back to the sea as head of research in a technology company which has spun out from an America's Cup yacht racing team. Here, engineers from automotive, aerospace and maritime have come together to tackle the problem of climate change. Now, you might be thinking that these industries are a big part of the problem, but we believe that our combined experience, skills and strengths can be used to make a massive impact in this area. Just earlier this year, Sir David King, a former UK chief scientist, said that he believes that what we do over the next 3 to 4 years is going to determine the future of humanity. So clearly, we need to move quickly. In the race to net zero, we are entering a transformative era in how we travel over land, sea, and air. For the last 100 years, the shape of our vehicles have remained very similar. A plane still has 2 wings, a car still has 4 wheels, and a boat still has a hull in the water. Ask any kid to draw a boat and it will likely have a funnel billowing smoke. I know mine always did. However, over the next few minutes, I want to talk about why the design of the next generation of boats is about to change dramatically, and why children all around the world will start to draw a very different type of boat. A really cool, high-speed, zero-emissions boat that looks more like a cross between a boat and a plane, because it has wings. Before I get into that, though, let's think about the problem we are trying to solve. Maritime transportation emits approximately 1 billion tonnes of carbon dioxide annually. As a sector, we're responsible for 2.5% of global greenhouse emissions, and around 30% of these emissions came from the global domestic operations. In other words, those boats and ferries close to our shores and in our rivers and lakes. We therefore need urgent action to reduce maritime emissions, but as an industry, we have in the past been slow to innovate. We're playing catch up now with the likes of the more agile automotive industry, who've been doing a great job. What makes the problem really difficult is that water is a very dense fluid, 830 times more dense than air, so it takes a lot of energy to move a boat through the water. This is why current zero-emission electric boats have a very limited range, and commercial take-up has been slow. Just like with electric cars, range anxiety can be a real issue. It's a big enough worry that you'll run out of charge in an electric car, but running out of energy on the water would be so much worse. There are no hard shoulders in the sea. Clearly, we need to solve these problems and solve them quickly. And we have an idea worth spreading that will do just that. We are designing a family of high-speed, zero-emission boats that combine America's Cup hydrofoils, which are basically the wings under the water, with an optimized Formula 1 electric drivetrain. This will literally allow us to fly the boat over the waves. By pulling the boat hull out of the water, we reduce the drag by a factor of 10. Now, what's really exciting about these new boats is not just that they're zero emissions with an extended range, but because we fly above the waves, the ride comfort is fantastic. Seasickness will be a thing of the past. Have you ever been in a harbour when you see a ferry pulling in? If you have, you'll have noticed the tiny boats bobbing up and down by the waves that come off the ferry's hull. That's called a wake. Well, despite travelling at high speeds, these new boats have hardly any wake, so they can operate at full speed at all times without worrying about riverbank erosion or disturbing other boats. What's more, with no fuel on board or noisy combustion engines, the boat is super quiet. It doesn't stink of diesel fumes. It will be a totally different travel experience. And we don't forget about the first and the last mile of our journeys. The boats are designed with charging and storage for electric bikes and scooters to allow you to make your whole journey emission-free. Now, we're not doing this alone. Collaboration is a key component of our solution, and we're leading a Belfast-based group of 13 expert partners called the Belfast Maritime Consortium to help deliver on our vision. Together, we believe that we can make a major impact on climate change. But as I've said before, this is a race to net zero. So how do we get this new boat to the market quickly, but in a way that doesn't generate even more environmental problems? Well, we think the answer lies in looking at the engineering process itself. Typically in engineering, things get designed, tested, and reworked. It's a very expensive and wasteful process. We believe a more sustainable way is to use a digital twin. A digital twin is simply a virtual digital model of the real physical thing, and in our case, it's a digital model of a transformative flying boat. This allows us to fast-track the time it takes to go from a great idea like this to a ready-to-launch product. It's quicker, cheaper, and more sustainable. We believe that this is how we fast-track the race to help decarbonise maritime transportation and play our part to help save the planet, while making seasickness, engine noise, and fuel fumes a thing of the past. So my hope is that one day, very soon, the kids are drawing boats that look more like this. Then we will know that we have truly been successful in our mission and that we will have taken action that will make a difference to everyone. Thank you.